Hi, for those of you that want to get in great shape and want to have a better understanding of your target heart rate zones, then I suggest first getting your resting heart rate. Your true resting heart rate is best to get when you first wake up in the morning, even before you get out of bed. So you want to make sure you have a timer by your bedside. Get your heart rate, right, by your neck or by your wrist. Count the beats for 1 full minute, or you could count it for 30 seconds, multiply it by 2. This will be your resting heart rate. Once you get your resting heart rate, I suggest plugging it into the Karvonen formula. Okay, so the first step on that is take 220 minus your age. That's going to give you your 100% heart rate max. You're going to take that maximum heart rate and you're going to minus it by your resting heart rate. That's going to give you your heart rate reserve. You're then going to take your heart rate reserve and multiply it by 0.6, which represents 60% of your heart rate max. Then you're going to add back on your resting heart rate, which is going to give you your 60% heart rate max. That's for that intensity, which is a moderate intensity. Then you're going to go back to your heart rate reserve and multiply it by 0.7, which is 70% of your heart rate max. And then you're going to add back on your resting heart rate, which is going to give you 70% of your heart rate max. And you're going to do this for 0.8 and 0.9, okay? The important thing to do while you're working out is always use perceived exertion, because no formula is 100% accurate, okay? So what's really accurate is perceived exertion. So when you're out working out, and let's say your 80% heart rate max is showing at 150 beats per minute, see how you're breathing when it's 150 beats per minute. If it's difficult to hold a conversation, most likely you are truly at 80% of your heart rate max. If you're at 90% of your heart rate max and you cannot at all hold a conversation, most likely you truly are at 90% of your heart rate max. I think it's still good to use the Karvonen formula, because you could use it as a baseline to kind of track your progress. Because as you get in better shape, your resting heart rate should be a little lower. And then when you're at the higher intensity, let's say you're at 150 beats per minute at 80%, and then as you get in better shape, you're going to notice at 150 beats per minute, you're able to hold the conversation a lot better. So anyways, I hope that helps, and cheers to good health.